show y'all guys something real quick. So it's hot as in my room. It is hot as ever, correct? And I know you guys don't want to hear this fan. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my fan off for this video, and I'm going to be hot as just for y'all. So hit that like button, that hit subscribe, and share it because your balls ain't getting sweaty. Mine is. Okay. All right. Let's move into the next part. So when you break yourself down, you know yourself. And when you know yourself, not a lot can get to you because you know you. Have you ever been in a predicament or a situation where somebody that was close to you or a family member that was close to you said something about yourself that you never wanted to admit that was so hurtful that it made you maybe break down or angry or it just fucked with you overall mentally? But when you do that yourself, when you sit in your own space, when you sit in your own area, and you go through each individual section of your personality, of your soul, of your divine self, of your mind, of everything, and you leave nothing, no stone unturned, because there are thoughts in our mind that we all know that we don't want to think about, that we don't want to confront, and we're afraid that if we open that, it's going to open a whole new can of worms. But we already got all these worms already. But sometimes you just gotta add that load onto the back. I want you to think of something. You're stronger because of the struggles that you went through, right? Now, could you imagine going through new sets of struggles on new sets of struggles and see how strong you'll be when you come out on top of that? See, when you're that strong, nothing can really phase you. Family members can't phase you. Parents can't phase you. Parents are the biggest rage baiters. They know you. They raised you. They know what makes you mad. They know. People, the thing that niggas don't understand are people are very intentional with their evil. People are very intentional with their evil. 9 times out of 10, and it is very likely that a person doesn't know that what they're doing is evil and they're not doing it intentional. I promise you, people who know you know you. You keep forgetting that you came out of these motherfuckers. Now, this isn't like a parent diss, but I will say that when it comes to people who can break you down, they're going to be at the top of the list. Because, first of all, you live with these folks. You know what I mean? Depending on how old you are, right? Or depending on what... Hey, bro, I'm recording a video real quick. Give me like 10 more minutes.
Caliente, uy, caliente.
That, that's who he is, chat. This is the fucker that traumatizes me every day.
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, you fucking weirdo. I'm gonna text you later. I love you. Mwah.
Hey, yo.
All right, so anyways, like I was saying, when you come out stronger and when you come out on top of that, even the people who are at the top of their game, who know you, who have the power to break you down, they won't even break you down. They can't. They literally can't. Once you get to a certain point, I said certain point.
Relax.
When you get to a certain point of mental aptitude and mental fortitude, life literally gives you what you want. Because when you get stronger mentally, then you start to tell people that you don't like that. You start to set boundaries. You start to go after, or you start to attract what you want. You start to glow. You start to feel better in here. Because we've all been to a point where we may have felt great out here, but mentally we're drowning. We're fucking drowning. Have you ever been in that scenario where you feel like you're mentally drowning and then you're walking in day-to-day life, just doing what you normally do, and then out of nowhere, you just have a question about yourself? Like, you have a thought about yourself, like, why do I feel this way? Or why do I continue to feel this way knowing I get better? And you have two options when that thought arrives. You either dismiss it, or you either confront that thought and dive deeper into why you are the way you are, why you act the way you are, or why you do the things that you do. And it's not going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of anger. There's going to be a lot of sadness. There's going to be a lot of happiness, a lot of nostalgia. You might even feel betrayed, because diving deeper into yourself is going to cause you to unlock memories that you didn't know that you had with people that are still in your life that has done you wrong, and they forgot that they probably not forgot, but you forgot, right? You're going to have a whole new found look at life. I promise you. It's like you're reawakening yourself. You are reawakening yourself. Once you reawaken yourself, to the point where you want to be mentally. Because think about this. Think about this so strong. The mind is so strong that it can literally convince itself that it's healing. It can literally convince itself that what was it? What were those experiments where they did to where they fed these two hotel maids, right? It was two sets of groups. They were both fed the same cake, but they were told different things. One was told that the cake was healthy and they were going to lose weight, and the other one was told them it was a regular cake. The one who knew it was regular cake gained weight, but the ones who told that that was healthy cake lost weight. But the whole time they're eating the same cake. They were just told different things. Do you get me? The mind is powerful. Break yourself down. Break you down. Because you are not your mind at the end of the day. Like I'd say, once you pass a certain point of knowing who stands inside your shoes every day, it gets to a point where you let nobody else tell you who deserves to stand in them, who deserves to stand in those shoes, how those shoes should look, how you should wear them, because they can't be in your shoes. When niggas like try to walk a mile in my shoes, like when people say that, that's literally it's really literal. But try to walk a mile in my shoes, and do you know how much a mile is? Now, if you can't walk a mile in my shoes, what makes you think that you got the right to criticize my? If you can't walk a mile in my shoes, then what makes you think that you have the right to try to tell me about my own life when you couldn't even walk a mile in my life, in my shoes? But I could walk a mile in your shoes. Okay, then try 2. I could probably then try 3, 4, or 5. Because no matter how many miles you walk in my shoes, I'm always walking in my shoes. I'm always walking in my shoes. Another mile is always going to be added. You can't tell me about my life because you'll never walk in my shoes. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me how to tie my laces because they not on your feet. You can't tell me that shit. You can only worry about the shit that you got on your feet. You can't worry about the shit I got. Can't worry about the shit I got. Because you got too much shit going on already. You trying to worry about my shit. You trying to criticize how my shoes look and how you don't like them and how you don't think they're a good fit for me. But whole time your shoelaces untied. Whole time your shoelaces untied. And you gonna have the right to talk about me. You ain't even got shoelaces. Your shoelaces is untied and they beat up because you keep stepping on them. But you wanna try to judge on how I tie my shoelaces up. And this ain't about shoelaces. Stop letting people dictate how you feel about yourself. And it's harder than it sounds. But it's easier than what it is. I promise you. This is going to be the end of this video. Psych! We're going to say this right before we end off. Just right before we end off. You are exactly where you need to be. And you are exactly who you think you are in all positive aspects. And nobody will change that. And nothing will change that. But you. Alright. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for 570 subscribers. We're almost at 600. 600? Like, I'm not gonna lie, we were making a Discord server. Yes, we're making a Discord server. I said we're going to have a Discord server at 500 subs. Guess what? We're at 570. So now we're going to do this, and we're going to do it big. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I love each and every last one of y'all for showing support. And I'm gonna give my gratitude each and every last video. All right, I'll see you guys.